Hello again, Steve's back. Only today I won't be playing for you and I won't be analysing other musicians' work. Instead, I'm going to be talking about my top 5 musical pet hates. Yes, we've all got them. Now, I'm not a hateful person by nature. I'm a kindly soul, I'm an upbeat person, I'm a jolly person, but I am only human. Also, I've been around music a long time, I've been a musician most of my life, and therefore I've had good experiences and bad. Now, hopefully, my observations based on my copious musical experiences will help you as you embark upon your musical journey. Number 1, here we go. Opposing sight reading. The Beatles committed many crimes against music. Ringo Starr gave us Thomas the Tank Engine. Paul McCartney gave us a frog song. John Lennon used to impersonate disabled people for fun. Yes, he did that. But these aren't the worst things. The worst things that the Beatles did, in my opinion, was devaluing the idea of reading music. Devaluing the practice of reading music. Guys, what's wrong with reading music? When you become a musician, you open yourself up to a life of learning, a life of rich cultural experience, new things to do, see and learn. Keep an open mind. And yet, you mentioned something that sounds a bit hard. I ain't never doing that. So it's not people that don't read music I object to, it's the people who reject it out of hand without even giving it a try. I think they're missing out, and I think that's kind of ignorant if I'm brutally honest. 2, I do this for fun. If you've been in a band and you're serious about a band, you've probably had someone turn around and say, yeah, I just do this for fun. And they usually say it in a somewhat judgmental, slightly sarcastic and slightly smug tone. Now, the reason I don't like hearing this, there's 2. First of all, I do not believe that profit's a dirty word. If someone wants to try and make money out of their music and make a career out of it, that's fine, that's their choice, it's freedom of choice. But the real reason I dislike, I do this for fun, is because they are stating the bleeding obvious. And they're not just stating the bleeding obvious, they're doing so in a manner suggesting that they are unique. Well, you're not unique because we all do this for fun. Anyone who took up guitar, bass, drums or singing, they did it for fun, trust me. Even the people who went on to make huge amounts of money probably did it for fun. Maybe making huge amounts of money is some people's idea of fun. So yeah, don't think you're the first because you really are not unique in that respect. Number 3, thinking a song can change the world. What have Bob Dylan, Bruce Springsteen, Neil Young, Paul Weller and John Lennon got in common? Well, the answer is they're all great songwriters. We all know that. They sadly are linked by something else. They all seem to include a certain amount of social commentary in their music, in their lyrics. They talk about politics, religion, war, other stuff. All the things that frankly I don't want to hear about because as a musician, I firmly believe your job is to entertain people, not to educate people. I just want to have fun, basically. So, also, I don't believe that they really care about the causes they allegedly support because, really, why does someone become an international rock star? I imagine they do it for 2 reasons, getting paid and getting laid. That is why people buy electric guitars. They do not do it to save a pine weasel or to, I don't know, try and get a new set of traffic lights put in at a crossing near their house or other stuff, or stop a war. They don't do it for that reason, so they're not fooling me. They might fool some, they don't fool me. Personally, I don't want John Lennon telling us to give peace a chance or imagine there's no heaven. I want Kiss telling us to rock and roll all night and party every day. The only protest song I do like, of course, is the Beastie Boys, who told us to fight for the right to party. That I am behind. Okay, number 4, volume or excessive use of. The owner of a music pub near me said that the biggest problem he has on a band night is musicians trying to outdo each other in volume. If one person plays too loud, say the bassist, the lead guitarist will then try and compete with him. And then of course the drummer, well, we all know what's happened when a drummer brings the volume up, everything gets drowned out, all you get is an unholy mess of cymbals and crashes and noise. And who really wins? I tell you who doesn't win, it's the singer who can't hear himself sing. No one should sing live if they can't hear themselves. So yeah, excessive volume is pure ignorance and it doesn't benefit anyone, and ultimately you will pay the cost for it. So yeah, stick to a sensible volume and enjoy hearing your bandmates. Use these a bit. Being a musician is about hearing music, the joy of listening to other musicians. Number 5, this is my last one, my top musical pet hate, is thinking that one song is more important than another, or thinking that one thing is more important than another. I'll give you an example. I was at a rehearsal recently with a band. I was just an extra pair of ears for a mate of mine, and the guitarist in this band, who thankfully isn't with them anymore, said he didn't want to spend too much time on one of the songs. When he was asked why he didn't want to spend too much time on one of the songs, it was I Want to Be Sedated by the Ramones, which is a very good or very bad pop song. He said he didn't want to do this one because, and I'm not making this up, he said, it's just a throwaway song. Just a throwaway song. Is there such thing? It's certainly not just a throwaway song to the person who wrote it. It's not a throwaway song to the person who's paying to hear it. And it's definitely not a throwaway song to the person who spent a good deal of time and effort putting together a playlist for the band. Remember, they chose that song for a reason. Respect your bandmates and respect the band leader. So yeah, don't think any one thing is more important than another. Don't think any gig is more important than another. Don't think classical music is more important than popular music. In music, you have total equality, and that's one of the many good things about it. Okay guys, I've actually really enjoyed this today. I feel much better now. This could be the last, but if you want to hear more of my musical pet hates, get in touch. There's loads more where they came from.